everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Penny here. Today we're going to do another no-bake dessert, and I found this recipe in my mother-in-law's Telephone Pioneer Oven Cookbook, and it intrigued me because the name of the recipe says secrets. That's all it says. I would call them a marshmallow square. But yeah, so the first thing that we need to do is get a double boiler. Now, if you don't have an actual double boiler, all it really is a pot with a little bit of boiling water in the bottom and a bowl that you put on top. But you have to make sure that the bowl is not actually touching the water. So this pot only has water to about here. So not even halfway, probably a third of the way up. And what that does is it gives whatever's in the bowl a very nice, gentle heat. It's not a harsh heat where things can burn and so on. So, in the double boiler, in the bowl, I have a half cup of butter. To that, once it starts to melt, we're going to be adding a half cup of sugar, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, a little pinch of salt, which typically is about an eighth of a teaspoon, a 1/4 cup coconut, and a half a cup of walnuts, chopped walnuts. Now you can use whatever kind of nut you like. All the recipe says is nuts. So if you want peanuts, if you want pecans, if you want pistachio, whatever you like is fine. So my butter is starting to melt. So while that's melting, what I like to do is add my vanilla into my eggs. Not really sure why, but I do. And then when it goes in the bowl, the vanilla is more evenly dispersed. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong. We're just going to take our 2 eggs, beat them a little bit. There we go. And my butter is melting nicely. It just came out of the fridge, so it does take a few minutes. So I hope everybody is doing well. I'm in Guelph, and it's a very nice day here today. A little over 20 degrees, I guess, around 24, 25 degrees. Sun is shining, nice breeze. Couldn't ask for more. So I was also thinking that if you guys have things in your pantry that you're not really sure what to do with, I was wondering if maybe we could do a Penny's Pantry Challenge. So if you have something in your cupboards, in your fridge, even in your freezer, that you just really don't know what to do with, why not send me a comment through Facebook, or for the people that get the videos through emails, and let me know. I can't promise I'll be able to get to everybody's, but I'm sure I'll be able to get to some. And that'd be pretty fun. So, now we're going to add our 1 cup of sugar, and we're going to gently stir. And if you did this over a regular burner, it would be very easy to burn your sugar. But because it's a double boiler, it just kind of melts. It doesn't burn. So we're going to do that and wait for that to come together. There we go. So can you see that a little bit? There you are. Ooh, steam from the pot. That's not a good idea. Don't do that at home. Okay, so now we're slowly going to add those 2 eggs. And I'm going to pray that they don't scramble. But we shall see. So keep stirring. And slowly, slowly, slowly add your eggs. And keep stirring them into your butter and sugar. There we go. There we go. Yay. You have to do that really slowly. And what we're doing is we're tempering the eggs. Because if you poured them in all at the same time, you would end up with scrambled eggs in with your sugar and your butter, which is not what we're going for. there we go. Ta-da! So now I'm going to add my pinch of salt. And we're going to throw in our 1/4 cup of coconut. And we're going to put in our 1/2 cup of nuts. In this case, walnuts. Now this has to sit in here for about 15 minutes. So you don't need to watch me do that for 15 minutes. You don't have to stir it constantly. Just stir it every couple of minutes. Remember, it's a very gentle heat. And I'll see you back in about 15 minutes. Hey everybody, Penny back again, and I have Caitlin with me. So she's asked if she can help, which of course she can. So we've got this gone for about 15 minutes, and it did thicken up a little bit. Not sure why it said 15 minutes, because it was pretty thick already after 5. But I followed the recipe. You never know. So Caitlin is now going to add, and be careful because the bowl is hot, the 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs. And after she does that, I'm going to add 3 cups of mini marshmallows. So there you go. Pour it in the bowl. All at one time. There you go. Give it a stir.
Hey, French fries.
No.
Please. Thank you.
Make sure you get right down to the bottom and around the sides. Just hot. You want this? There you go. Underneath and around the sides. You gotta stir. There you go. Stir. Okay, stir this way, not just like this. That's not stirring. You have to go around in a circle. There you go. Perfect. Well done. Now I need to add the marshmallows before it gets too melted. Okay, that's good. Good job. Thank you. Leave that there. Thank you. Good job, Caitlin. So now we're going to put in our 3 cups of marshmallows. And with marshmallows, you can't really stir. You're more folding. So you're going in under the bottom and folding over. Start at the side, in under the bottom, and fold over. So you're going to keep doing that until your marshmallows are all incorporated. Ooh, it's really sticky. I guess that's because the marshmallows are starting to melt a little bit. Wonderful. Yay! These are going to be good. Alright, so now we're going to put those in. It calls for a 9x9. It doesn't say whether or not to grease the pan, but I greased it anyway because it can't hurt and it'll make them easier to come out. I only have an 8x8, but that's okay. It just means they'll be a little higher than if it was in a 9x9 dish. So be careful because your bowl is still going to be hot. Okay, so make sure you have something on your hands so that you don't burn your hands. So now I am going to pour all of this. All of this. Oh, thank you, people. Thank you, Caitlin. All of this into the dish. Ooh, wow. Very cool. I'm going to lay that over here. No, I still need that, Caitlin. Lay that over there on the cutting board. Then we're going to smooth this all out.
Can I put it in the dishwasher?
Yes, you can put it in the dishwasher. We're going to smooth it all out, which is kind of funny because the marshmallows want to stick together. And then, that's so funny. So Caitlin and Barry can argue over who's going to lick the spoon. So these go in the fridge, and they have to chill. Once they're chilled and nice and cold, then you can cut them in squares. So once that happens, we'll be right back. Hi everybody, back again. So, they've been in the fridge for about 45 minutes, and I would probably leave them a couple of hours till they're really good and stiff. But I did manage to get a few cut out, and they look really, really good. They're also really, really sweet. So if I were to do them again, I think I would half the sugar. But I'll just review the recipe for you. They're called secrets. Half a cup of butter, 1 cup of white sugar. Again, I would reduce that by half. 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, 1/4 cup of coconut, and a 1/2 cup of nuts. Do that in your double boiler for about 10-15 minutes. Then add in your 2 cups of, what am I trying to say, graham cracker crumbs, and 3 cups of your miniature marshmallows. I'm really glad that I greased my pan. I don't think I'd be able to get them out if I didn't. So that's a really good important part. Leave it in the fridge for a couple hours and they should cut beautifully at that point. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you try it. And don't forget about Penny's Pantry Challenge. Bye. Good night.